Ethan!
Hello and welcome back to the Masters mod. Last time we unlocked the damage limit by beating the first half of the Omega Ruins and Ultima, and now we're going to use it. But for the coming fights, the only thing that I really need it on is Lulu, so I'm just adding that damage limit onto her current weapon. Then I restock on the Phoenix Downs, because I'm definitely going to need the revives in the coming episodes, and on top of that, I am going to go to the Besaid shop and buy a SOS haste armor for Riku. And in addition to that, I'm giving her auto life. So that way, since she has not as much MP as Yuna, and definitely not the half MP yet, with her, I'll be able to have two people to essentially do the stall out of auto life and then SOS null everything and SOS haste. And since she's already the fastest party member, that way when there's a full wide party attack, then she can get back up and probably do a quick pockets or something like that to get everyone else up. And we'll see how useful that is with the coming fight of Crazy Ixion. Now, one thing to note about Ixion is you have to fight him twice. So I'm going to show the first fight in the corner, and then we'll have the main fight big on the screen. Now, they are basically the same fight, but the second one starts Ixion off with full overdrive. So it's a little bit more dangerous, so that's why that's the big one. In the first fight, Riku got a Lightning Eater weapon, so I'm definitely using that for the second fight. But other than that, it goes the same. But as I was saying in the intro, really for this one, it's all about stalling Ixion out. Because if you hit him, then he'll get an Energize, which I think it boosts up his turn, but it also gives him reflex and aim, so he's not going to miss you, and really anything other than magic won't hit very often. Now, of course, you start off at full break from Kimahri, then with his Poison Strike weapon, we can kind of hope for that to proc, but if it doesn't, it's no big deal. That just means the fight goes a little bit longer, since because Lulu's first double cast will have a bio instead of a double demi. Now, with these boss HPs, the damage break limit with the demi is absolutely massive, but you definitely want that bio because the poison will also do a lot of damage, even, it is overtime. But it is definitely worth it. Then we also get the overdrive, so if Kimahri can entrust something to Lulu, then she can get a Demi Fury, which is even better, or he can give something to Yuna, and she can just summon off an Aeon. But after that, it's mostly just stalling out and just trying to survive. Kimahri, Yuna, and Riku all have null fire and thunder. Well, Riku and Yuna have null all, but, in this case, that's what's relevant. So, essentially, Ixion has two overdrives that he alternates between. The first one is giving everything that connects 9999 damage. So anything hits you and you're gone. So really that's where the auto life strategy comes in. And then also with Kimahri out front too, it's very good because he can haste himself. Because, you definitely want to be able to revive everybody as they go down. And as long as that thunder is under control, then he's only going to take out one person at a time. So, just as long as you have two people to react to the turn to revive the third, then you should be good. Of course, having a fast Yuna to revive will definitely help those Phoenix Downs last a lot longer. And then, in addition to that, you get the overdrive, so that's just good damage. We bring in Lulu every now and then whenever it's safe. That way, you don't have to wait quite as long, because that double demi does a lot of damage. The second fight actually drops a break damage limit for Wakka, so that is actually exactly what I wanted. Now, because of this, when we level up, we're going to give Wakka Demi, because he already has double cast, so now he can join in with the double Demi. Only thing is he's much slower than Lulu right now. But then after that, we definitely want to restock on all of our spears in the Besaid shop, and then get some magic defense for Orin, because, again, he definitely needs that. But that's not the only big spear grid moves that we're making this episode. Now, before I said that we were running low on all of the spear grid traversal, but there's still one last return sphere that we have, and we did get some special spheres with Balfour way back when. So I'm actually using the bank levels I have on Yuna now. So I'm giving her luck to get her onto Riku's grid, and then just spending all of those levels that we haven't used yet to get her down to Copycat. So that way, now not only will she have Copycat, but she gets so much more MP, so that way the strategy of her auto-lifing herself and being hasted with SOS is just much more viable. Now she has like 6 or 7 casts of it without needing an ether, so it's very useful for the fights to come. The next of which being Crazy Shiva.
Traitor! Find your salvation on the far plane!
Now, the prep to note is that Wakka had a SOS Null Frost lying around, and so I'm just adding a Null Tide onto that too, because now Shiva, as it said, does both water and ice damage. Now, this fight has a very similar strategy to the last one, except it's executed much differently. Now, Crazy Shiva is also super evasive, so it's very unlikely to hit her with physical attacks. So again, we're relying on the poison and the magic demis, or the double demis, to really do the most of the damage. But at least she's not guaranteed to one-shot with every hit. So Auron with his auto protect, auto shell, and sentinel can really tank up a lot of good hits, especially with sentinel. It's just the multi-water or the multi-spells that really mess him up. Now, Shiva also gets 2 overdrives. Now, the first one is the one that's really scary, the Tandava. Makes it so that everybody is confused, and then it also does some HP and MP damage for the works. Now, that's very scary. For that, I definitely want whoever's on the front to have the auto life, so that way, if they end up knocking themselves out, then they can come back. But then, it's just, that's very scary. It's best to get an Aeon out for that if you can, but if you can't, the auto life seems to work, for me at least. Then the second one is the both water and ice overdrive of her normal Diamond Dust. So that, you definitely need the elemental coverage, and she will switch between them. But between Auron, Sentineling, and maybe getting the lucky counterattack because his accuracy isn't that bad here, that combined with Wakka's evade and counter can, it really does help out with the ultra quick hits. Then it's just the magic damage that we have to worry about with Auron, but since we have both Null Tide and Null Frost on Wakka and Yuna, it's very manageable. Then would it really be a Shiva fight if Ifrit didn't make an appearance in Final Fantasy? Yeah, we gotta put him in there. Then, in terms of level ups, really there's nothing too crazy. I guess the only thing to note is that Wakka isn't super slow anymore. Now him and Auron are still tied for last, around in the 30 range, but it's definitely better than it was before. Then, now that we beat Shiva, the Glotto are chasing us. But at least now they're very slow, so they won't catch us. Now, I don't want to test to see what craziness the Glotto actually chase you with, but I'm sure that if you want to do it, feel free. But that's it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And yeah, if you liked the video, I like your face. Bye-bye.